So I'd like to introduce you to, I don't know, I'm not bothering to translate this player because I hate talking about these guys like this. Brand new account, 668 battles, so probably within the last, ban wave. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 major premiums all in a row. So he's already played a bunch of battles. He's played, what was that, back to, 668 battles? Actually, it's 2,000 battle account, well, with arcade, and then all of a sudden he's playing realistic, and all of a sudden really good in realistic. And the top 3 premiums like that are always, to me, kind of a dead giveaway when it comes to these guys. Now, granted, the only reason why I encountered this guy was, well, I decided to stupidly go play like 9.7 and up. I was like, oh, I want to play a 9.7 lineup. I have a good 9.7 lineup for Germany. Screw it, I'll go play 9.7. I played 1 match and found 1 cheater. If that doesn't tell you anything about how bad it is right now for the state of high tier, it just proves to you that this game just has zero bearing on the fact that actually it's the one reason why the best part is I played some lower tier earlier. I played like 6-7, and it was 6-7 Sweden. 6-7 Sweden is actually pretty fun. You get the Swedish BMP, and I had the Kungsteiger, and I was just like, I want to play something that is enjoyable. I'm sick and tired of playing anything. So I was playing low tier, and the person in the chat was like, hey, why are you with this BR? Shouldn't you be playing a higher BR? And because he's, of course, looking at my record, and I go, I'm not allowed to play the BR that I want to. That just makes no sense. He goes, well, maybe you're spading the lineup. And granted, I'm not, but I like playing low tier. And of course, you know what? I'll prove a point. I went and played high tier. I played 1 map and found a cheater. Actually, I technically found 2. The other person I found was one of those botter accounts where it's like 4,000 deaths and like 3 air kills, and that's all they have. And I'm sick and tired of running into accounts like these. Because, yeah, it's good that Gaijin makes money off these guys. The problem is that it's literally just detrimental to the game to allow these guys to rinse and repeat if you're not just going to, I don't know, console ban them or PC ban them or do something that actually makes them work for getting their accounts to not work. Because the problem is that they have multiple of these accounts and they just keep playing. I don't know why Gaijin is not hardware ID banning. And yes, I'm very well aware that hardware ID ban is able to be getting around. It's more of an effort to get around it because of the way Gaijin formats it, or the way it actually works, but yet we're still allowing stuff like this to occur because Gaijin still can't format easy anti-cheat to physically work. And what's funny is in the game I had him in, he was not this blatant as what he's doing right now. He was killing a lot of people, yeah, but a lot of my teammates were idiots and lemming into the opening and just getting murdered over and over. Whereas in this, he is just, shooting everyone from far distances because he can. And yet Gaijin still repeatedly has done nothing to prevent cheating like this. And it's the literal reason I don't play high tier anymore. 10.0 area, around 10.0, is the absolute worst BR right now. And I don't understand why it's still being allowed to stay as compressed as it is. And you might as well just make it to where every premium just plays with other premiums. Or make it to where these guys that have under 1,000 battles all play together, and then you could find out who all is cheating, because they're all going to be shooting like this through entire levels of terrain and trees and all the other crap that they are just not being able to detect. Because what's crazy is that if Gaijin put all these guys who are sub 1,000 battles, have 2 to 3 premiums, or even not 2 to 3 premiums, just sub 1,000 battles should all roughly play with each other. It technically is like a skill-based matchmaking if you want to think about that, but it would basically allow it to where they could vet what players are doing what and what players would actually count as being, legitimate. May not, but it's in reality it would make more sense. But it blew me away that I played a single battle, and I found a cheater at 10.0. And it's so fun to play 9.7 against 10.7. Like, what a balanced BR that feels like, especially when I'm facing, I don't know, Russian tanks that have super overperforming front plates with ERA that eats darts for some reason, and yet we have literal historical footage of what Russian tanks are doing in Ukraine right now, and yet Gaijin still can't bother the fact that that is not legitimate. Or the fact that, oh, let's give the T-80B thermals, even though it literally never had them. It's so ridiculous that we are having this position where Gaijin is just refusing to do anything about something that is as simple as this. And I don't think they ever will. Gaijin makes free money off these guys. They're always going to do anything. And it's honestly, I would say, the entire reason they got rid of their personal anti-cheat. It almost feels like a deal was made, and now they're making a crap ton more money, and yet they're putting way less effort into the game and doing way less to help the community. The reason why we're getting another ZSU that's a copy-paste in the BR tree. That's so fun to have. The reason why we're getting all these copy-paste vehicles that are zero effort. The reason why we have AI art in the game. It's saddening that Gaijin is now making tons of money off of selling all these premiums and is doing nothing about it because they are just raking in the money off of it. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave this here. I'm miserable dealing with this because I played a little bit of Battles. I played one match at high tier and then just said screw it. I'm not playing this anymore. So as always, as you want to leave me a person in the replays, please leave the player ID and replay in question with the last digits on the replay in the URL and a description of what you saw in the battle. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.